Hi, thank you for joining me today. I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com, and my project tutorial for you today are these quick and easy little Christmas cards made with the Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper, and I've stamped on the inside as well to finish my cards off. I really do love to see the insides of cards stamped. And I'm going to show you today how quickly you can put one of these together, and we're also going to make this beautiful gift box as well to put our cards into when we have finished them. This box holds 6 cards with 6 envelopes. These are my designs. I have taken different sheets of the Candy Cane Lane paper. I've used the layering framelits dies, of which are here. You get 12 in the set, 4 squares, 4 ovals and 4 circles. Great for your projects, and you can see that I've used them on this, but I've offset one against the other, so at different angles, and I think that looks really pretty done like that. And I've used some silver glimmer paper there, and I think that looks gorgeous. So these are my designs using this beautiful Candy Cane Lane paper. I really like it. And so let's crack on and make our cards and our little gift box to hold them in today. Right, let's put that out of the way. I've already prepped up, and all my measurements will be on my website or my blog, because there are a lot of measurements today and I don't want to be talking measurements all day. So I've got basically what is half a sheet of real red cardstock here, and we're going to fold that in half. I have cut for my insert a piece of Whisper White. This is a piece of the Candy Cane Lane. So we're going to fix our Candy Cane Lane paper onto the front here. And I have done it so that you've got a border either side, a thinner border on this side compared to that side. So position that so that that's straight, looks good. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment, and the sentiment that I've used on the insides here comes from the piece, this Christmas stamp set, and I've used that one there, May All Your Christmas Wishes Come True. So we'll prep that onto a block. And I'm going to use chocolate chip ink today. Oh, sorry, I think I've knocked the tripod. Put that back. So I'm using chocolate chip ink. There is the early espresso is in this paper, but there's not an awful lot of difference between the two colours. I mean, there is a difference, but not a vast difference. So we're going to use the chocolate chip, line that up and stamp down. Looks good to me. And then we're going to do our little candy canes, the candy canes here. Prep that on the block, and we're going to use the real red ink for that. I'm just going to get some scratch paper because we stamp it off at the top there. So stamping it off at an angle, and at the bottom here, like that. That's the stamping done on there. So we just insert that now into our card. And the same again, line it up with a thinner edge to one side. I think that looks good. That's our card done apart from the sentiment, and I've already prepped up in, this is early espresso cardstock, and I've stamped off wishing you a sweet season. That sentiment here from the Candy Cane Christmas stamp set, and I've stamped that on, and now we're just going to fix that on here with a few dimensionals, which I've already prepped on. So just line that up near the top of our card, and that's our card made. So that's our card made. Like I just said, nice and simple, quick and easy. And now we are going to go on to our box. These pieces are for our box, along with our sentiment. Again, all the measurements will be on my blog. And for this, you're going to need 2 pieces of A4 cardstock in early espresso. And I'm going to get my scoring tool. And we are going to score it. So I'm just going to pull you out slightly so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just getting my measurements. Right then, so piece 1, we are scoring it on the long side at 1 1/4, 8 1/4, and 9 1/2. And then we're turning it to the short side and scoring it at 1 1/4 and 6. And then piece 2, we are scoring it on the long side at 1 1/4 and 6. And then we are turning it round to the short side and scoring it at 5 1/2. That's our scoring done. Put that away. So now we're going to bring in the bone folder and do a bit of scoring. Burnishing rather. What am I talking about? Burnishing. Same on our second piece. So the piece, the longer piece up the top here, and the piece here that measures 1 1/4, we're going to put those together like that. But before we do that, let me just think how this goes up like that. So this piece needs to go under here, so we need to cut away on the long piece these 2 corners. Do we? I think so. Yes. So on the long piece, cut away these 2 corners. And then we need to glue these together on here. But before we do that, I'd better cut up my score lines, hadn't I? So cut that way on your score lines and cut up on the top here, like this. And now we're going to glue this down. So glue onto this part, glue onto the shorter part, and line that up with those score lines nice and straight. And just run your bone folder to make sure that that's good and stuck. And this is where we put our designer paper on. But first we need to score this at an angle, which I've done on this here. Cut that at an angle to give it a bit more of a decorative finish. So that comes across like that, so we need to score up this at an angle. So let me get my ruler, and I'm just going to use my bone folder to do this. So we are just going to score it down about an inch from there. Score that down from the corner down an inch, and the same on this side, down by about an inch. And then we're going to cut those pieces off. Cut those pieces off. That's it. So now we're going to put our decorative pieces on. First of all, we're going to start gluing them down. So I've got a piece of Whisper White and a piece of the Candy Lane design papers. Line that up fairly central. And then this long top piece goes on here. Like that. So that comes across the top like that. And then we want this piece along the front there. So line that up on the front. Looks good to me. I think it's easier to put them on the front before you put the box together. So then that folds up like that. Those two flaps fold up like that. these two come up at the side and that goes down, and then this comes across here and down like that. So let's start sticking that together. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick it to the front. So stick that to the front of the box, like that. Same with this side to the front. And then we're going to put some glue on the top flap here. I think I should have just cut in a little bit, sliced in a bit. I forgot to do that. So let's take those pieces out and these out. That's it. So stick that to the lid, and you will see that we are left with a little piece that sticks out there, and all you need to do with that is just get your scissors and trim that off to correspond with the bit that we did along that side. So stick the lid to that side as well. And then the same again, just cut off that little flap here to correspond with the wedge that we did on the top flap. So now we need a bit of glue on these side pieces. And now we are going to, oh, I've put glue on there and I shouldn't. Oh dear. Mistake, Sandra, mistake. Wipe that off. I think I'll get a wet wipe on that. Right, we'll put our box together and then I'll sort that out later. So stick that down. Like that. See, I've got a piece sticking out there. Right, so that's our box made. And the flaps come down like that and close, and that will dry, and then I will get my eraser along there, and then that will be cleaned off. That's the one good thing with the Stampin' Up! Eraser, that you can get rid of that, so no worries. But you of course are not going to stick glue on the top part of yours like I just did. You need, what have I done with my cards? Right, so I have now got my 6 cards that I have made to finish off my set, and that's going in there with the 6 envelopes. Now we're going to stamp our little sentiment that we've got on the top flap here, wishing you a sweet season. So I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I shall prep up on my block. The sentiment that says wishing you a sweet season. Like that. Back with the chocolate chip ink onto there. And then we're going to cut that out using the Big Shot. And these layering circles. Just get the one that I want. And that one cuts out with the second size. So let's get the Big Shot over and cut that out. Precision base plate, I don't need that. Line that up with our sentiment. Place the other one over the top and run that through. That's done. Put that away. That pops that out. So then I've cut another one of the next size up stitched dies, and then I've used my scalloped framelets to layer that onto there. So let's prep that up and stick that down with some glue. Onto there. Like so. Now my box is drying still, and I'll sort that out later. So that comes down here, and we're going to use some of this silver glitter ribbon. Silver glitter ribbon, and we need enough to go around the top and tie with a bow. So I reckon about there. So. And I'm going to stick this on, and of course you will only need glue on half of this scalloped one. And centre that on there. And then we need some dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is I want my ribbon this time to tie off at the side and come through there and tie. So I need to work out where to put my dimensionals. So I need one on the top and the others near the bottom, so that my ribbon will go through. So let's take the backing off those. And then line that up. Like that. And now my ribbon is going to tie off nicely to the side. Like that. Oh, that's not a bad bow first time, is it? Pretty pleased with that. Not too much to chop off either. And then I have got these, when I can find them. These are iced rhinestone embellishments, so I'm going to put one of those on the top there, just to set that off. And on my original box, I put this twine round the bottom here, just for an extra bit of decoration. And I'm not sure whether I want it on there now, because I think I like it like that. So I'm not going to put that on, or am I? No, I'm not going to put that on. I bet you're shouting at me, yes, go on, put it on, put it on. All right then, let's put it on. So this is the Christmas stripy cane. It's got some glitter on it. And what I've done is I've tied it off at the back with a knot. So I've wound it round. I've wound it round about 5 times. And then I have put it into a knot at the back so that it can't be seen. Tied that off tight. Right, that's it then. And then I've just sort of ruched it up like that. I think that looks quite pretty. So that's my project tutorial for today. The card's quick and easy to make. Little gift box. You could give that to a gift for anyone. An auntie would love to receive that to give out to her friends and family at Christmas, I'm sure. So that's all from me today. Don't forget to click in the little down arrow to get the project details. That's in the See More description bar. And until next time, it's bye for now. Bye.